Africa is neither French, nor British, nor American, nor Russian. It is African. We are one people, despite the borders that separate us. As we commemorate Africa Day this Thursday, let us celebrate our diversity in a peaceful manner and unite against racism and tribalism. This is Crime and Road Safety Watch. My name is Onesisa Sibanda. We start this week's episode with a sad incident that occurred in Nyerere village, Juru, in Mashonaland East province.
In a disturbing case, ZRP jury is investigating a murder case where Farai Rupondo, aged 58, gruesomely killed his daughter-in-law, maybe Boboyena, aged 20 years, and his grandson, aged 2 years, in cold blood. After realizing the heinous act, the accused person took his own life by consuming poison. We want to urge members of the public to learn to solve their differences amicably by involving third parties, village elders, church leaders, or to approach the nearest police where they will be professionally be assisted by the victim-friendly unit at any police station.
Moving on, police in Southerton arrested one accused person for theft of tobacco bales. Let us hear more from the officer in charge, ZRP Southerton.
Circumstances are that the complainant, who is a farmer in Dotito area, loaded 16 bales of tobacco ready for sale at the tobacco sales floors at around 9:30 in the evening. He secured the bales by tying them using a rope and proceeded to Harare. On approaching Maubra, the complainant noted that the rope which was used to secure the bales was now loose. He then stopped at a safe place to check the status of his goods. Upon checking, he noticed that 4 bales were missing from the truck. Thereafter, they proceeded with their journey to the tobacco sales floors. On approaching the main gate, they were approached by the accused person, a male adult, who requested to be assisted in ferrying 11 of his bales into the sales floors. The complainant agreed to assist the stranger, and upon loading the bales, he became suspicious and noticed that some of the bales were similar to his bales. One of the complainant's friends rushed to ZRP Southerton to make a report. Our police officers from ZRP Southerton immediately rushed to the scene where they managed to arrest the accused person.
Still in Southerton, Harare South District conducted a crime awareness campaign at tobacco auction floors in Harare. Amongst the issues raised was sale of fake substandard products such as fertilizer and seed, fraud and theft in general.
Saka chatinokurudzira ndechekuti yamashande iyoyo kana varimi yamapiwa iyoyo ngaichengetedzwe mari iyoyo ine uzhinji yochengetedzwa pasiri pachena mosiya shoma kunanga yamune muchida kupurisa makobi ndoenda padhuze nayo ichenjedzwe tikukupai semapurisa ngatingwarirei zvinenge zvarema zvanetsa paTSF panenge pane bhesi munonoripota varimi musatye kuenda kunotaura zvinyunyu zvenyu tinokubatsirai semapurisa eZimbabwe Republic Police.
Ndinoda kutaura nenyaya yanetsa munyika medu iri kunetsa munhu wese pari zvino inonzi mhosva yecard cloning. Mbavha dzinotora information kubva pakadhi rako iwewe rekubhengi kwako, then voshandisa information yekugadzira tinoti maduplicate debit kana kuti credit card anozoshandisayo kutora mari yako inenge iri muaccount mako. Tapota pamunoshandisa makazi enyu ekubhanga, tarisai zveshuwa kuti pamune makamira ipapo hapana munhu akamira newe padhuze newe zvakanyanya kumashure kwako kana paunenge uri muchitoro. Zvakadaro saizvozvo pane marisiti etinopiwa aya pamapoints of sale machines tiri mumashops. Risiti yatinotopiwa iyoyo ine part of information yemakadzi edu yekumabhanga. Matsotsi anotora information parisiti unenge warasa pasi iyoyo vanokwanisa futi kunogadzira mafake debit or credit cards yebank card rako iwewe. Tichiri ipapo pin number yako ndiyako chete iwewe chete usaishare nevamwe vanhu.
Agriculture is one of the pillars of our economy, and hence, let us support our farmers and not steal from them. With that, we take a short break. Join us in the second segment. We are in the second segment of Crime Watch. On this week's Traffic Safety segment, the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe joined the world in commemorating the United Nations Road Safety Week.
Globally, the prevalence of road traffic crashes remains high, and across the world, approximately 1.35 million people lose their lives every year as a result of road traffic crashes. Many millions more are injured. Even more alarming for the public health is the dramatic shift in the demographic burden. At least 90% of these deaths are now occurring in low and middle income countries such as Zimbabwe. There can be no question, therefore, that investing in road safety pays off. Road safety crashes are one of the biggest issues of concern, particularly for young people, not only in Zimbabwe, but across the globe. Indeed, road traffic deaths and injuries are pressing issues faced by the transport sector, making road safety not only relevant, but also a major priority, especially in developing countries. The behavior of our road users on our roads and railway is a direct and indirect impact on road safety. There is a huge opportunity to save lives on the roads and to break cycles of poverty, which is linked to building capacity in order to address key risk factors, including poor road user behavior, such as speeding or not using safety devices, inferior safety standards of vehicles, poor urban planning, unsafe access to roads, and limited availability of safe infrastructure for non-motorized forms of transport, such as walking and cycling. Ladies and gentlemen, road safety is indeed a priority. Concern to us as a lead road safety agents, the reasons are pretty obvious.
The Deputy Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development gave the keynote address.
The United Nations General Assembly mandates the World Health Organization and the United Nations Regional Commissions to plan and host periodic UN Global Road Safety Weeks. The World Health Organization, in collaboration with partners, organizes periodic UN Global Road Safety Weeks. This 7th edition focuses on sustainable transport, in particular the need to shift to walking, cycling, and using public transport. Road safety is both a prerequisite for and an outcome of this shift. It is from this background that our ministry takes part in these commemorations, as it coincides with our efforts towards promotion of road safety in our country. This year's 7th UN Global Road Safety Week takes place from the 15th to the 21st May of 2023, and it is running under the theme Sustainable Transport, Rethink Mobility. The week was first marked in 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, road traffic injuries are a leading cause of death and disability worldwide, with around 1.3 million people killed and as many as 50 million people injured each year. For people aged between 5 and 29 years, there is no greater threat to their lives. Globally, 1 of every 4 deaths occur among pedestrians and cyclists. Owing to the foregoing shocking statistics, The Global Plan for the Decade of Action for Road Safety 2021 to 2030 reflects an ambitious target to reduce road traffic deaths and injuries by 50% by 2030. It highlights that they can be prevented by addressing the whole of the transport system, taking action to ensure safe roads, vehicles and behaviors, as well as to improve emergency care. This also includes safety issues on rail crossings. That is why today we have NRZ and TSCZ working together towards one goal of reducing accidents and incidences at points where railway lines cross all our roads.
Due to increased trains and motor vehicle collisions, the traffic safety donated paint to remark railroad level crossing.
Allow me, as I stand before you again, to thank in a very special way the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe Board, Chairman and all the members of the board for allowing us and guiding us as we spent the amount that the Zimbabwe dollar 6.324 million to procure the paint that will be used, paint and other materials that will be used in this exercise. For the avoidance of doubt and in the interest of transparency, what we brought here is paint only as a sample. The actual paint, I promised my board and any other members so willing and able that we can walk across in the storehouse where it is kept. So, Honorable Minister, the paint is there.
As NRZ, we are concerned with the safety of traveling public and our trains at level crossings. As an organization, we have properly marked warning signs at every level crossing point and ensure that they travel safely at road and rail crossing points. If motorists obey travel rules and stop at level crossings, there would be zero incidents. Unfortunately, we are witnessing a rise in accidents. I therefore urge all drivers to give right of way to trains passing through level crossings. I would like to thank the Safety Council of Zimbabwe for collaborating with NRZ for the safety of motoring public and the donation of the paint to NRZ. This gesture will go a long way in upgrading the visibility of level crossings.
This year's event also saw the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe partnering other stakeholders in repainting pedestrian crossing points.
Together with Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, we found it necessary, imperative, so that we then engage our stakeholders, come together, for we are saying this issue of managing safety on our roads, whether it's rail, has to be a holistic approach. And I'm glad that we are here standing today where we are seeing that we are also have started the issue of remarking pedestrian crossings. We are calling for all stakeholders to come together so that we enhance the issues to do with safety. And I'm happy that as we have seen crossing points and we've been having voluntary persons manning some of these pedestrian crossings, but the plea from these volunteers is that we must respect pedestrian crossing, which is something that we are not seeing. But we are saying above markings, we also need to make sure that we also engage other stakeholders, where the police, Traffic Safety Council will also be here to continuously educate the masses, especially motorists, so that they respect pedestrian crossing. But I'm happy that as we then commemorate this very important week of safety, as enunciated by United Nations, we are saying together with traffic safety, as we then move from this point, we are also going to be witnessing where traffic safety is procured paint to give to rail, so that we resuscitate those very important signage that you see before you cross a railway line.
Well, 9 years ago, the Lord spoke to me, and I was used to walk on the avenues and help the children cross the road and other places in Harare. And the Lord spoke to me and said, well, go down to the corner of 9th Street and Herbert Chitepo and see what's going on there. I did that, and I found anyway that before I came, and with the purpose of coming in is to have a look, see what's happened, apparently 2 children had been run over by traffic. This is a pedestrian crossing, but drivers are not used to stop. We need cooperation from all drivers that when they see crossing, the children crossing, slow down, particularly when I indicate slow down.
Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. Siyalamukela kusigaba sokugcina se-Crime and Road Safety Watch. Tinokugashira ipachikamchuk petsisira che-Crime and Road Safety Watch. CID Women Network joined the rest of the continent in commemorating Culture Month. These commemorations happened at Mukushi Training Depot in Harare recently. The ZRP National Women Network chairperson, Commissioner Priscilla Makotose, read the speech on behalf of the National Women Network Advisor, Deputy Commissioner General Crime, Deputy Commissioner General Lorraine Chipato.
From the dances and songs that we enjoy so much, to the amazing clothing that beautifies our appearance, the many rich languages that we share as a country and as a continent, down to the customs from which we draw our wisdom, Africa is rich indeed. In the same manner, just like the many colors of our national flag, Zimbabwe resembles a cultural collection. I am therefore overjoyed to be part of today's event, the Zimbabwe Republic Police CID Women Network Cultural Diversity Commemorations. Realizing that we are in the midst of the Culture Month, which we have also often referred to as the Africa Month, this event could not have been held at a more befitting time. As we celebrate our cultural diversity, I take note that this year's Culture Month celebrations theme is rightfully captured as promoting cultural diversity, unity, and peace. This call properly as such, as it is prudent upon us to appreciate that the customs, norms, and traditional institutions are important in preserving our identity as a people. With this in mind, I call upon all of you to ensure that our culture is preserved as a way to create social interaction that is important in maintaining law and order in our country. As police officers, we hold an esteemed position in society as our role represents tolerance through the non-selective enforcement of rules and regulations. I therefore implore you to make an effort to understand diverse languages and cultural activities as they are useful in our effort to fight crime.
As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we embrace the diversity of our culture here in Zimbabwe, but we are against some criminal activities that are being practiced, all in the name of culture.
We are mostly focusing on crimes of concern that are associated with the cultural activities. In other regions, we have people who are associated with the carrying of weapons like knob carries and okapi knives. Nowadays, they are being used to commit offenses like murder. We are equally concerned with the rise of cases of child abuse emanating from Kuripangozi, using a girl child, and Chiramu, where a girl child ended up being sexually abused by close relatives. We are having a problem with drug abuse. People are now abusing drugs that are meant for medicinal purposes. People are abusing medicinal drugs such as coffee syrups. Also of concern is skin lightening. As Africans, we must be proud of our skin. As you can see, I'm black in complexion and proud of what I am. These chemicals have side effects. You are going to develop skin cancer.
Also of concern during these Cultural Month commemorations are crimes related to works of art and cultural heritage. We spoke to Detective Chief Inspector Portia Chino regards to this.
Cultural heritage is under threat from criminals. Cultural heritage is irreplaceable. So as ZRP, we are cognizant of this fact that it needs to be preserved and protected, hence the formation of the specialized section that handles such cases. It also comes in as an implementation of the resolutions from the United Nations, the Interpol, as well as the SADC, whereby member countries were asked to form specialized section that handles cases or crimes to do with cultural heritage and works of art. The works of art and cultural heritage crimes includes illicit trafficking in works of art and cultural heritage property. This includes tangible and intangible property. Some of the crimes includes thefts as well as defacing of cultural heritage properties. So as Zimbabwe Republic Police, we are calling upon members of the public to ensure that they help us preserve and protect our national heritage. It's irreplaceable and it belongs to every one of us.
We now move on to people on the police wanted list. ZRP Mvuma is looking for Pascal Hunyenyiwa, aged 46, of stand number 10, village 24, Moffat, Mvuma, in connection with a case of fraud. Johannes Gomu, aged 32, of stand number 25, village 1, Rhodsdale, Musena, Mvuma, is being sought by Mvuma police for a case of stock theft. ZRP Chocholo is looking for Ayanda Moyo, of house number 24, Southworld, Bulawayo, for a case of fraud. Should you have any information that may help in the location of any of those people, feel free to visit any nearest police establishment or contact us on the following details. Call us on our National Complaints Desk number 0242 703 631 or visit us at the Police General Headquarters in Harare. Visit our website at www.zrp.gov.zw and email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. We also have a Twitter handle at Police Zimbabwe and Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Police. You can watch any of our Crime Watch episodes on our ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. It has been a pleasure having you along. From me, Onesisa Sivanda, and the crew behind the scenes, pleasant viewing.